Hey comic book fans, welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Geezers. I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic, your host and my partner in crime, the founding father of the show right here.
I am Pete Pardo. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're well. We got another new acquisitions episode because Bill and I are just buying books like mad lately. So,
and our buddy Kirk went with us, but he's not here with us today, but we're going to show you some of the things that we picked up on the road. And we've done a couple of videos hitting a few different stores, plus some mail order comics that came in.
Yep. So this will be a little combination of in-store purchases and online purchases, which we're doing a bit of both lately.
So for me, I've been kind of online purchasing back issues of Spider-Man sub 100 issues.
About time.
Yeah, well, you know.
He's been looking at me with all my sub 100s for the last bunch of years, and he's like, damn, I got to get caught up here.
I don't, because...
Well, that's the Holy Grail stuff. I mean, that's just,
But I was never thinking of this stuff in the 70s or 80s,
Right.
So, because I was started in the 170s, 180s, and I went back to like the 120s,
Right.
And that's as far back as I went with Spider-Man. But anyway, glad to have this issue 91, the very next issue after the death of Captain Stacy.
That's right, yep.
I also picked up number 85 with the Kingpin, one of the most classic villains of all time.
Classic Romita cover right there.
Yes. Was the other one Romita as well? Number 91? Or was that Gilcan?
No, that's Romita, I think.
Right?
I think that's Romita.
Yep. And thank you for putting the label on the back, you know who. Appreciate that.
We'll talk more about that in a minute.
More Spider-Man, but with Daredevil. Yeah.
That's
number 77. I have been after this book for a long time at a reasonable price. Saw this at a con 3 or 4 years ago. I got one at $70.
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Well, the big battle of the three on there.
Yes.
That's why.
But this is great. I'm glad I finally got this to my Daredevil collection. Let's see. Conan, number 9.
I love that cover.
I have number 10 and 11 and 12. I need 13 and 15.
Some artists were just so right for a specific book, and Barry Windsor Smith was the perfect guy early on for Conan. I think, I'm almost glad that he's the guy who got Conan launched into the Marvel Universe. And I love the John Buscema stuff, and I think he was the perfect guy to take it on the long run. But I think the guy to launch it in the 70s, that guy was the perfect fit for that book.
Question for you while we're rolling here.
Yes.
Are we at some point going to do a recent acquisitions or another horror comic book episode?
I think we should.
Because then I'll hold these and not show them.
I think we should. I mean, I haven't gotten much lately, so... And you keep buying them, and I have some to catch up. So, I mean, you could show these couple, and we can just
do it again. No one's going to mind.
No one's going to mind, yeah.
Just asking permission first. Journey into Mystery. This is volume 2, obviously without Thor.
Gilcan alert.
This went about 12 issues, this run, I believe. Or no. Maybe 22.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say
somewhere around there. But it was a bi-monthly book. I have number 1, so I need number 3. I have a few of them.
So don't put that away. So just look at that.
Reprints,
so a guy in
all...
jail. How big of a nightmare would that be? You're in jail, you're a prisoner, and all of a sudden there's this like octopus creature coming through the window, or the gated window there. You can't go anywhere. You're dead meat, man. So just think about that. That's like the perfect like imagination of a nightmare right there.
Terrifying.
Oh, absolutely. Nice work, Gilcan, on that one.
Number 10. So out of the first 18 issues, I've got, I think, like 12 of them now. And I had none last year.
I think I might have that story in another one of those.
Reprints? Yeah, these are all reprints. But they're all reprints from books from the 50s.
Yeah.
This one only went 11 issues, but it finally got Dead of Night number 1.
Yeah, that's classic.
I believe this is a John Romita cover. This is just awesome, man. This is cherry for horror comics right here.
Yeah.
This was my holy grail for my online purchase.
The use of colors on that is just absolutely...
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That really is. Moving over to the Hulk. King Size Special number 5. This one is kind of hard to get your hands on. Well, I guess you can buy it, but it's expensive because there's a first appearance of somebody in here.
Yeah.
I don't know who. I don't know if it's the Cocoon. No. I forget.
Well, these are all monsters that appeared in those old monster magazines in the 50s and 60s. So here you got, Groot and Titan. I mean, all these guys have shown up in old short stories in the old horror mag. So here they are battling the Hulk, and it's a very noteworthy issue. And
I needed it because I have 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have 10 and 11. So I needed this one, and the price was right.
So for all of you who are, really only familiar with Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxies films, he's all cute and cuddly and, I am Groot, and that's all he says. I mean, that is totally not what the Groot character was early on. He was like...
If you read this to find out what he's like. And I haven't read this yet. That's why I'm kind of like a deer in the headlights with this one, but I have so much reading material. All these books I've shown you so far I haven't read yet because we've been on a run.
On a rampage.
So what do you got? I have a few more, but go ahead.
All right, so I wanted to show this one. I picked up a few Daredevils, but I think I might have shown them already. But I wanted to show this one. I just read this one yesterday. Daredevil 137, where he's battling the Jester.
Yeah.
I will say, and I kind of have been of this opinion for a while, but really with this kind of little storyline arc that started in I think the issue before this, or 2 issues before this.
135 maybe.
Yeah, 135, 136, 137. It ended here. I think DC could have gone after Marvel with plagiarism about this character, the Jester, because he's identical to the fucking Joker. Everything he says, everything he does is exactly the Joker. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I thought the early Jester appearances, like in the sub 100s, were not as much so. But man, in this storyline, it's total Joker ripoff. Total Joker ripoff.
But he doesn't look the same.
No, exactly. He doesn't look the same. But the laughing, the maniacal laughing, all the fun house, all this stuff,
and also the desire to take over the city.
Yes, and how he saddles up with all the mobsters.
I never thought about that till you just brought that up.
Go reread this.
I just bought these books like 3 years ago too because I didn't have them.
Man, I was reading this and it's enjoyable, but I'm like, man, this is such a ripoff of the Joker, and I like the Joker. And I think Joker a really original character, and I know both these companies did ripoffs of each other's characters. But man,
like Quicksilver, the Flash,
total ripoff. All right,
what else you got there?
So I went and decided I needed to finish off my Captain Marvel run. So I now have every issue of Captain Marvel.
Oh, you got that hard to get one.
So I got two that I really needed that were a little more pricey, but the rest were all fairly cheap.
This one's the pricey one.
So this is number 18. So here we have his first appearance on the cover of the new outfit. So that's why this is so expensive. So this is a Gilcan cover. So I'm not big on, we talked a little bit about we talked about a lot actually, how Gilcan was not great at drawing certain characters and how much we loved him on Spider-Man. I'm not crazy about him on Captain Marvel, but the stories are good here. So this is number 18 I picked up. I needed one more of the Jim Starlin run, so I got number 28.
Yes.
This was
much better quality than mine.
Really?
Yeah.
This was not cheap.
In fact, my cover's not attached.
Oh, it's
But that nice
stuff.
Congratulations there.
Thank you. And then I went to fill in all the rest of the holes, and now I have the entire run. So here we got number 36. Now you will notice by that stupid sticker up top. We know where we got these from. Boo. Exactly. And it's like,
the barcode on the front.
We love MyComicShop.com.
Yes.
I love them, all right? I think they have the best inventory. Their prices are very fair. They have different grades of everything, so you got a lot to choose
Online
from.
auctions.
Online auctions as well as just simple purchases. Their shipments come quickly. They're well-wrapped. But, man, when are you guys going to start putting these freaking stickers on? I'm trying to be nice here. Put these stamp stickers on the back, because you know what? I don't want to have to replace every damn bag of every item that I buy from you. I mean, how hard is it to put it on the back? I know if they're looking in rack. All right, time out. Go ahead.
In there, pull up the next one. Come on. In their defense, I guess, from working and dealing with thousands of comic books every day.
If it's on the back, you can't scan it. You can't.
It makes their life easier for identification purposes. Obviously, I get it. That's why they did it. It makes their life, because they handle the volume is so intense. I'm sure that's why this was done to begin with, but...
I get it. But then you know what? Use stickers you can peel off because you can't peel them off.
I know.
I actually peeled one off the other day, and I was
That's
amazed.
to prevent their employees from stealing them all. No.
Watch. So now look at this. Look at this. Now it's going to come off. Look at this. See how much?
No, but you got glue sticky
A
right
little
there.
bit. But you know what? I can deal with that if I can get... Look at this. These are so hard to get off, and now it's coming right off.
No, you still got glue. And then you stick that in with your other comics, and they'll stick together. It really should be on the back.
It should be on the back.
They may have changed labels because 2 years ago they weren't coming off.
You couldn't get them off.
Not at all.
That's the second one I've been able to
But
get
they're
off.
slowly flipping to the backs, so I'm sure they're doing that with new inventory. But it's very frustrating because the comic is all about the cover. You know,
I just
I was never a fan of the barcode to begin with. I always thought, why don't they put that on the back cover?
Yeah, well, we know why.
Yeah. Again, for...
Moondragon costume ripoff alert. And then this is the last one I got to finish. This is number 1.
You know, if you're
62.
a cashier working in a supermarket, they put that barcode on the front for them to make it easier. But I think, from a collector's point of view, it should have been on the back. But that's just me, you know.
So I will say, do you agree? So, you know, we talked a lot about...
labels on the front.
No.
Yes.
I was going to talk about Captain Marvel art, but maybe we should save that for another discussion.
Moonlight. I needed this one for quite a while. I have the first 35, but I needed 32. I needed 34.
Ooh, that's a pretty cool cover. I love the other cover on the other one you just showed.
Yeah, this is a great Moonlight pose.
Look at that.
Minus the barcode label up top. But anyway, I got one more in here somewhere. Here it is.
There we go.
Do you like that Moonlight cover?
Interesting use of green. I don't know if I like the Moonlight logo in green. But I think the cover's pretty cool. I don't like the green.
Okay, because it's Frank Miller art. That's why I was asking.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the first Frank Miller of doing Moonlight. And I think this is the only one.
I was going to say, he didn't work on that for long, right?
So this is the only one. But it's funny because I bought all the Moon Knights that were coming off the rack. But I had a friend in school on the school bus. His uncle lived in the city. So I'd give Vinny some money. He'd give it to his uncle. And Vinny was a big-time collector. So I was getting hooked up with She-Hulk, the Micronauts, Rom, and Moon Knight.
Hey, Vinny, pick me up that She-Hulk over there.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, Vinny hooked me up. And then... when I got out of high school, I was buying them here and there, but I missed number 27, and it took me forever to find it. Never see it at cons. You hardly see Moon Knights. So now I need the last 3 issues, 36.
How long did that run for?
38 issues.
I have a couple. I need to go into.
So I think he finished up maybe in 1984. I'm going to guess, because I think he started in 1980. So between 83 and 84, he stopped with 38 issues. It was a monthly book. Another mail order I needed was issue 63 because I had the first 62 Defenders, and so this was a decent price, and I got this. I stopped my Captain America collection at $230, which is the Hulk punching Captain America's shield against the wall. So I needed $228, and now I need just $217. But apparently something's going on with $217. It's a hard issue to find.
$217?
$217. There's something going on with that one. It's a little bit pricey.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
Speaking of Captain America, you want to show yours, or should I keep going? Because you got a bunch.
I got a bunch.
All right, so So this is actually the last one that I bought. I bought this at one of the stores in Connecticut that we recently went to at the Goblin's Cave. Good price. Really, if you see this book online, it's like $10. You're not going to find it for cheaper than $8. I got it for $3.50. And then when I opened it up, from here all the way down, the spine is split. It's just hanging on by a thread where the staple is. And I had to read it, and it came off. So I joy-rigged it with a little bit of Scotch tape, which you're not supposed to do, but it's my book. So I had to keep the cover back together, but I'll never take it out of the bag. This is The Stranger, by the way. Did you know it was a stranger?
Well, I mean, I recognize the costume, and I'm like, since when did the stranger have, like, black hair?
He's got white hair, right? Yeah. Here's an example. I wanted to bring this up. Here's what the stranger really looks like.
I was like, Jesus.
And he's been around, the stranger, right?
A long time.
And he's been in a couple of different books.
He's all over the place. Yeah.
Silver Surfer,
Avengers, right? Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Now...
He's been hitting the hair club for men, I guess.
I don't understand, like, his arsenal. If I was going to create a villain and call him the Stranger, I would give him a bag of candy as one of his weapons, you know? Because you know your parents raised you, don't take candy from strangers. He should have a bag of candy. And it should be like a bag of tricks like the Green Goblin. You know, it could be like little pumpkin, you know, little candy bombs, little poison bombs.
You know, I never thought about it. Why call him the Stranger?
He should have a bag of candy.
Name.
He should have a hat. He should look more like a Herbspian. You know what I mean? Like he should have a trench coat and a hat, you know, and a bag of candy. And he should be riding around in a car. Right? He shouldn't be like soaring the galaxy.
For a guy that's so powerful, yeah. Strange how? Why? How strange are you? Why are you? Yeah.
When you say name. Stranger, I think of like you know, I don't want to use the word pedophile, but you know,
creepy guys hanging around the corner, not this big gigantic dude.
I mean, comics are supposed to be innocent, but you know, that's just me.
Terrible name.
He should have a bag of candy, man. I think that would have made him so much better. And he was driving around in a jalopy car, you know, like that bad guy in the movie Silence of the Lambs, you know.
Yeah.
So go ahead, finish up your Captain America. I see a Holy Grail here.
Yes.
Woo.
So I picked up one of the 2 Grails that I still needed to get. 117, the debut of the Falcon, is the other one. But 109, the origin of Captain America. Jack Kirby cover. And yeah, I've been looking for this one for quite a while.
I've never seen this copy in person.
In person. This is the first time. So I ordered it, I think I did I pay $50, $45 for it, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, which is not terrible. Reasonable, but you know what? You know how long I've been looking? Because this was over 100 every time
So you got a good deal.
So I got a good deal on it. It's a 2.0.
And it's a good shape?
Yeah, it's a 2.0. I haven't opened it yet. It's in pretty good shape. You know, it's got a little wear on the cover, but I haven't opened it yet. I will be soon.
It's not too faded for the white. No, it's not newspaper brown yet, is it?
Right, and they went
like
for
this. Has the newspaper brown dinginess going on, but
it's kind of jagged at the top, but I think they also went for that kind of old newspaper look, you know, from the 40s on here. So I will be reading this soon. So I picked that up, and then I got a whole bunch of other caps. So here we have 147.
I think I have that one.
Okay, we got 159.
I got that one. I got a big gap there in the 150s, which is why I grabbed this one. You know, I think I need 149 and 148. I think I need 151 through 154.
Here's our favorite obscure villain, the Tumbler from 169.
The Acrobat. Yep, I got that one.
Here's a Gilcan cover here on 172. To me, every episode we do, we got at least half of what we show is Gilcan covers. Here's another one.
Everywhere.
173. I was going to say 1973. Nope. I got guest stars.
Marvel artist, artistic horror. He's done everybody.
Here, number 200. And believe it or not, I bought this at one of the shows. One of the shows. One of the places. I think I got this at Zap Comics for like $3.
Yeah. You bought it again and forgot?
No. I'm just saying I never had it, but this is usually pretty pricey. So
I paid like 10 or 15 for mine at a con.
And this is when Jack Kirby came back to work on the book again in the late 70s.
You got a good deal on that 200.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it. And here we have another one, another Kirby cover, 207. And then my last one, another Kirby cover, and Cap's not even on the cover, is 213.
213. Yeah, I got that one.
So, all good stuff.
Again, from the comic stores that we went to in Connecticut, I picked up an issue of Marvel Tales. This is a 25 cent when the books were 15 cents. This is like from 1971, I believe. So this one, because it's double price, is 2 issues inside. It's actually reprints of Spider-Man issue 45 and 47. This is the Craven issue. Issue 45 is an issue with the Lizard. But ironically, issue 46 is with the Shocker.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they skipped. I would have preferred the Shocker and Craven. You know what I mean? Why didn't they go 2 in a row?
Yeah.
But anyway, it was still cool. This I just read yesterday. And this is kind of a major score. I like this because it's all reprints. This whole run is all reprints. They went 22 issues. This is the first one I bought. This is reprints of Fantastic Four number 20. This is also Tales of Suspense with Iron Man number 56. Then it has Strange Tales with Doctor Strange issue number 123. And the last story is...
Hold that up a little bit so I get the whole thing. There we go.
Here we go.
Ben Grimm's looking awfully fat on that cover.
The last of the 4 stories is in here is the first issue of the Hulk.
Oh, wow. Pretty cool.
That 6-issue run that they canceled. But what's interesting is when you open it up, it starts with page 7. So I don't know if they cut out the first 6 pages of the story.
That's weird.
And
do you know what year this was published in?
This was 1967, I believe.
It's interesting how they were doing reprint books, like literally like a year or 2 or 3 after some of these things were originally published.
But that Hulk story, I was like, yeah, now I got a copy of the first Hulk.
And you're like, oh, I'm missing.
And then it's like, because the story starts off with the army chasing him, and who's the kid he say? Rick Jones.
Rick Jones, yeah.
What does I say down there? Can you read? Oh, this is a ripped cover. I gotta be careful.
Yeah, be careful with that one.
I didn't really. This was a hard to get back in the bag.
Where are we?
Right
1967.
Yep. Okay. So it looks like it's starting off in the beginning, the way the titles are.
Oh, I love that. That's a great depiction of the Hulk by Kirby.
And it's down here. It says page 7.
Like what in the world?
But it looks like the beginning of a story. But that whole beginning of him pushing Rick Jones into the trench on a nuclear test—that's not in here.
Unless they let off the original issue with like a short story of something else, which is possible.
Okay,
that it is possible.
But now I can say I have the first Hulk ever.
That's pretty cool
in my collection. So this is a reprint from 1962, I believe, and you can order your Army Men
for $1.99.
Yep,
or whatever it is. $1.99, but that's kind of pricey for back then, right? 1967.
Yeah. Marvel Collector's Items Classics. These, if you like reprints, great cover, by the way, I thought.
And what issue number is that?
This is number 14 out of 22.
How long did this run for?
22 issues.
22 issues?
Yeah.
Okay. And that there was no rhyme or reason for what they had in there. It wasn't just Fantastic Four or Hulk, and could have been anything, right?
Yeah, you got to look at each one, but I'm sure
they got up in the corner, that's Reed Richards, Iron Man, Hulk, and Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so this was Strange Tales, Tales of Suspense, Fantastic Four, and the Hulk. Okay. So you gotta run around. I picked up Superman. This is number 255. I just love this cover. I have a pretty decent Superman run. However, how corny he is. But I was into Superman growing up, so when I started collecting comics, I had some Supermans. Another Flash, number 207. So I have 200, 207, 215. So those are like keys for me. Like my real Flash picks up in the 220s when I was a teenager collecting. Picked up this Batman.
Oh, I have
337.
Yeah, I got that one. That was a good one.
I had a consistent run that stopped at 336. I got a lot of them between like the 3 teens to 336. Got them all, most of them. So I needed this one, so it was at the end. I was like, all right, 337, we could use that.
I should have brought mine.
Some Amazing Adventures.
Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of them too.
I have 18, 19, and 20. So here's 21. Here's 22.
Oh, love that cover on 22. That's
Herb Trimpe art.
Yeah, Herb Trimpe's covers on these are fantastic.
I needed 23.
Yeah.
I need 24 and 25. I have 26, 27, and 28. So obviously I need 29. So I got it. Horror. Crypt of Shadows. Number 17.
Gilcan cover. I like that. It's like the genie.
Yeah. Pretty cool story. This kid goes into the bookstore, finds this book about how to conjure up a genie. He thinks it's a bunch of crap. He buys the book, goes out into the woods so no one sees him, and he summons the genie, and the genie's like, okay, I'm going to enslave you. I'm going to destroy you. And then he's like, but don't I get a wish? He's like, yeah, but then after I grant your wish, I'm going to destroy you. So the kid's like, how? And the genie's pressure him. Come on, what's your wish? He goes, you're going to try and be clever, but I'm going to outsmart you. I'm going to destroy you. So the kid said, all right, you want to know what my wish is? I wish I was standing out there. I want to go back in time to when I was standing outside that bookstore before I bought that book and met you.
Poof. Done.
So that's how the kid gets out of it.
So, of course, the cover doesn't really justify the story on the inside because there's no kid there. It looks like an adult guy with a suit. So.
Yeah, and he was a teenager. But, yeah, this was a reprint from a story in the early 50s, like 1954.
Wow.
It was that Strange Tales, 83, and issue 5. And then there's 4 stories, and the last 2 stories are from Astonishing Tales number 57. 2 stories in there. This, I have no idea what it is. I haven't read it yet, but I love the cover.
Bill was so happy when he bought that, and he's like, "Look at this! I gotta have it. The cover's awesome. It is pretty awesome. It looks like something other like
and
a Hammer
horror. It's not
film.
Marvel or DC. It's Red Circle.
Yeah,
Red Circle.
Red Circle Comics. Yeah,
1972. They only went 5 issues with this book. This is number 3, I believe.
Evil looking.
Yeah, great artwork on the cover. So I just ordered number 5 online, which should be coming any day now. I have a couple Marvel team ups. I have issue 72, so I picked up 73 and 75.
Cool.
And how to get a giant-sized Power Man?
It's all reprints in that one, by the way.
It is?
Yeah.
Of what? His original?
I think the first issue. And
okay, because I don't have the first issue. I don't have the... I think I need 1 and 4. Or 1, 2, and 4. But anyway, that's good to know.
Yeah, I think the king was a king size or Marvel Annual Power
Giant
Man.
size
The other one
always
where he's on the front. That was all new stuff, but this is all reprints.
I have that annual number 1. So
Yeah,
this
that's
was
a
a
good
number
one.
1, so I was like, hey, I don't have it. It's Luke Cage. Why not?
Gilcan cover once again.
Awesome stuff, man.
It's gonna be like a Where's Waldo thing on this show from now on. So, all right. So every time that we identify, every time, so you people watching, every time we say Gilcan cover, you guys have to drink a sip of beer or a shot of booze or something. So they can make this a lot of fun. Because man, he's all over every episode we do.
It is. I've said it before. I won't say it again, but I don't want to beat a dead horse. But yeah, he's everywhere. He's done everybody. Gilcan. Gotta love him.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, that's wraps up our edition here of recent acquisitions. I hope you like this episode.
There'll be more, trust me.
Yeah. And I think I had something else I wanted to say. It was a correction from our recent Hulk Best and Worst Artists. We're talking about the Gray Hulk, and he was a hitman. And I said he was called Mr. Hitman. His real name was Mr. Fix-It.
Oh, Mr. Fix-It. That's even worse.
Yeah, Mr. Fix-It was his name. And that last Sal Buscema cover I showed off was really Ernie Chan on the cover, but Sal was on the inside.
Okay.
I found that out later. Oops. So anyway,
Ernie
gang.
Chan did a lot of good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll have to do something on him too. It's been requested.
We had so many artists. I mean, we could just do that every episode for like the next 5 months, and we wouldn't get them.
I'd have a hard time finding Ernie's stuff because he's all over. You got to read the fine print, kind of.
Yeah, he worked on a lot of different books. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what makes this kind of easy to pick sometimes is because in the 70s, especially, you had a lot of artists who work specifically on various books all the time. But like, as you get into the 80s,
Ernie was one of those guys.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but I mean, guys like George Tuska and all they were. Just, some of these guys were all over the place, and some just worked specifically on certain books. So
yeah. Anyway, that wraps up this episode. We hope you like it. I'm Wild Bill, as always, saying thank you for your comments and your subscriptions and your likes. And come back next and see us real soon. Take care.
that's right. And I'm Pete. Have a good one, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.